Hey everybody. So I'm back doing the video thing. And I know I took a very long break, but the reason for it, I'm going to give you guys that information because I'm not great with social media. And I know lately I've been doing longer posts with more, explanations of things because I'm getting a lot of questions in my DMs and text messages on some of the content I've been putting out. And I just want to explain that a little bit more without having to type it all out because I'm not good about that. Okay, so here we go. So I started these videos 2 years ago without understanding what I was doing or why. I would get these messages in my heart that I felt that I had to share, and I was facing a lot of my fears. I had isolated myself for about 8 years. Um, and there were a lot of dark times during that chapter of my life, mostly because my goal was to not only find my identity, but my purpose in life. I had come out of a 10-year chapter of owning multiple businesses and chasing what I had thought was success at that time. And so I call it a rap video because it was like the illusion of success I had. I had the nice car, the new fancy car, the big house, the multiple businesses, the attire, the relationships with people that had power and that clout. Had that, but I was dead inside during that time. I was the most unhappy that I had been unhappy, but I wasn't getting happier with, those things. So I came to realize that I was living a lie and I wanted a better life. And I was seeking answers and I was trying to find who I was and do more of what made me happy and, stick with my boundaries, all this internal work that I had done. I had to, actually walk the walk, And so, because I had isolated so long, I had no one in my life from the past. I None of the same friends, family, everyone was just gone, and I literally started from scratch. I've shared some of those stories on, that whole chapter, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about my messages. So anyway, I'm not a big fan of social media. I don't participate in a lot of the bullshit and drama of it. I don't follow people that live these fake pretend lives that are goals. I'm not I'm not impressed by anything superficial, to be honest. I'm impressed with people that are whole, happy, and at peace with themselves. And I started to realize that I wasn't seeing much of that, not only publicly, but on social media. So I decided to make what I saw. I decided to create what I wasn't seeing but wanted to see more of. And I would see it at times and then I'd say, okay, let me share this. But then I had all these of my own messages surfacing that I didn't know what to do with and I didn't know who to share them with, but I knew that I had to share them because they were a lot of lessons that I learned the hard way that I fought for that I wanted to share because they helped me so much. And so I started recording these little messages and posting them, and I just decided that if someone needed them, they'd find them somehow. That's just how the universe works. And I started getting feedback from people saying, hey, keep going. I just want you to know that this was so helpful. I just want you to know that this helped change my life. And I want to thank you. And all of a sudden, I started to feel purpose in my life beyond my effort, beyond, my family. I started to see that it was bigger than me. My knowledge, my pain, my struggles, it was bigger than me. And it obviously freaked me out to face these things and accept them. And, they were my little secret, my little lie for so long that me posting them made me feel like I was over it and like I couldn't go backwards. Like I faced my fear. It's out there. I can't turn around and say that, it's a thing now. I'm holding myself accountable for my own bullshit and my own struggles. And here you go. And then people were reaching out to me saying, oh my God, me too. Oh my God, me too. And I can relate. And someday I'll share my story. And then I started to realize that there was so much power in that. There was so much power in me facing my fears publicly. There was so much power in me being real and honest and, not being scripted, because people like me were finding me and I was finding them easier. And we started connecting and I'm like, holy shit, what's happening here? And it scared me. So I stopped, because the more I opened myself up to these messages, and it was overwhelming, because I started reaching out to different people like, hey, I don't know what this means, but I'm supposed to tell you. And then people started to understand my intuition and, reaching out, hey, I need your help. And slowly but surely, I realized that I had to invite people into a private space and get to work and get some things done and go over some things. And that's what I'm doing now. And I'm not entirely sure what to call myself. People are calling me a life coach or a counselor, and some people have said I'm a curandera, which is like a witch doctor. And I'm not any of those things, you guys. I'm getting guided to do what I do. And I can go on and on how I've got a lot of my content and information and resources, and they're endless, because I've been obsessing about behavioral science, psychology, self-help, spirituality, Christianity, for so long now, that I have so many resources, and I stay interested in what's positive to reprogram my mind from past trauma and pain. And I love to share that info with others, and I love to be a part of that healing process, because I've been there, and I continue to, level up and come across new challenges that I thought that, were a done deal, and that's just not how it works. So I feel like if I'm authentic and I share these struggles, then other people will feel not only understood, but they'll feel like they're not the only one. We're so hard on ourselves. We're so programmed to compare and judge and get into that ego where, we're protecting ourselves, and then we want to judge others that, may be more evolved than we are, but only, we're setting ourselves back. So I'm like, no, you guys, let's continue to stick together. Let's continue to be positive influences on each other. Let's continue to heal each other, because we're all connected. And, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. We have our children, we have our relationships, we have our workplace, people, and we all affect each other. If we're hurting, we're going to hurt others. And then it just keeps going. So if we, people do shit, it's part of life. And I've been fucked over so much, but then I see how I am able to just harness that, clean it and release it, so that I'm not passing it on. And that's what I try to help others with, to, let shit go and move forward in a happy place. Not the rap video, the illusion of success and happiness, but actually be content and at peace, and that weight off the shoulders, because you faced your fears. That's what I'm here for. So I just wanted to share that and let you know that I'm back, and I'm here to help, and I'm here to share my resources, and I'm here to listen without judgment, because I've been there too. So if you need any of what I just described, contact me. That's what I'm for.